Have you ever wondered if organic food is really worth the extra cost? Some people swear by it, while others think it's just a marketing gimmick. But what if I told you that the difference between organic and non-organic foods could impact not just your health, but the planet itself? The grocery store is a battleground. On one side, you have vibrant, stickered organic produce, proudly boasting its pesticide-free status. On the other, conventionally grown fruits and veggies, looking just as fresh, but often at a fraction of the price. The question is, are you getting what you pay for when you choose organic? Or are you falling for a clever marketing ploy? Before we dive deep, let's clear up what organic actually means. Organic foods are grown without synthetic pesticides, herbicides, or fertilizers. They're also free from genetically modified organisms, GMOs. And, in the case of animal products, organic means no antibiotics or synthetic hormones. Sounds great, right? But what about conventionally grown food? Are the pesticides and chemicals really that bad for you? Let's find out. First, let's talk about pesticides. Conventional farming relies on synthetic pesticides to keep crops safe from insects and disease. But here's the catch. Some of these pesticides have been linked to health issues like hormone disruption, neurological disorders, and even cancer. Studies show that pesticide residues can remain on fruits and vegetables even after washing. The Environmental Working Group releases an annual Dirty Dozen list, naming the top produce items most likely to carry pesticide residues. Strawberries, spinach, and apples almost always make the list. That's where organic produce has the advantage: fewer chemical residues. But here's something that might surprise you. Organic farming still uses pesticides. The difference? Organic pesticides are naturally derived rather than synthetic. And while they may be less toxic, they aren't necessarily harmless. Some organic pesticides still pose environmental and health risks. The key difference is that organic regulations require these substances to break down more quickly in the environment, reducing long-term exposure. Next up, let's talk about nutrients. Is organic food actually more nutritious? The short answer, it depends. Some studies suggest organic produce has higher levels of antioxidants, while others find little to no significant nutritional difference between organic and conventionally grown foods. The biggest advantage, however, comes from the lack of synthetic additives and preservatives. While an organic apple may not contain more vitamins than a non-organic one, it does come without the added chemical baggage. And what about taste? Many organic enthusiasts swear by the superior flavor of organic produce. And they might be onto something. Organic fruits and vegetables often grow at a slower pace, without synthetic fertilizers, leading to a more concentrated, richer flavor. Have you ever compared the taste of an organic tomato to a conventionally grown one? The difference can be striking. Now let's talk about meat and dairy. Organic meat and dairy come from animals that are fed organic feed, raised without antibiotics, and given access to the outdoors. The concern with conventional livestock: antibiotic overuse. When animals are routinely given antibiotics, it can contribute to antibiotic-resistant bacteria, something that poses a serious threat to human health. Organic meat avoids this issue, but at a higher cost. So, is it worth it? That depends on how much you prioritize antibiotic-free food. And then there's the environmental factor. Organic farming is often hailed as better for the planet because it avoids synthetic chemicals and promotes biodiversity. However, there's a trade-off. Organic farming generally produces lower yields than conventional methods. That means more land is needed to grow the same amount of food. Some experts argue that large-scale organic farming may not be the most sustainable option for feeding the world's growing population. So, while organic farming has clear environmental benefits, it's not a one-size-fits-all solution. Let's not forget about cost. Organic food is almost always more expensive, and for good reason. Organic farmers don't use cheap synthetic fertilizers, and their yields are often lower. Plus, organic certification isn't free. It's a costly and time-consuming process. The result? Higher prices for consumers. But is the price difference justified? If avoiding synthetic chemicals and supporting sustainable farming practices matters to you, then yes. But if budget is your main concern, you can still make smart choices by focusing on buying organic for the most pesticide-prone foods while saving on others. So, should you go all in on organic, or is conventional food just as good? The answer isn't black and white. If you're looking to reduce pesticide exposure, organic is the way to go. especially for high residue foods like berries and leafy greens. If nutrition is your main concern, organic may have some benefits, but it's not a dramatic difference. And if sustainability matters to you, organic farming has its advantages, but it also comes with challenges. The key takeaway? Be an informed consumer. Know which foods matter most when it comes to buying organic, and make choices based on your priorities, whether it's health, taste, the environment, or budget. And if this video helped you understand the organic versus non-organic debate a little better, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and let us know in the comments. What's your take on organic food? Are you team organic, or do you think it's all hype? Let's talk about it.